Hi Taurus, and welcome to pandemic edition of the reading. This is for April. Life still goes on, albeit in a sort of like self-imposed prison. So I really hope you're safe. I really hope you're good. I'm trying to figure out how to do the support streaming that I want to do, and I do have idea how to go about it, but my life is having all this kind of curveballs, so I still didn't have the time to do it. So if you're not subscribed, and if you think that it will be good for you to join the forum where you can just simply talk about all the stuff going on, then just subscribe, and I'm going to be posting on my community forum thing when I'm ready. Alright, so let's see what we have for you this month. Yeah. Interesting. This was jumping, and then I saw this one. Oh my gosh, you have all this major, so I have to take this all in account. This one was actually upright, but it jumped to be reversed, just like this one. So we are seeing kind of like that you feel that you're powerful, that you feel strong. Maybe you're one of those skeptics in the situation saying, no, I'm strong. Taurus, you have one of the strongest physical constitutions of all zodiac, right? You can withhold diseases, you can withhold virus, but you know what? Once when something gets you, oh man, it really gets you. Don't make this to be one of those things. You're clearly trying to figure out how to deal with the situation. The Hangman and Three of Wands, for those of you who don't know these cards, both threes, you want to spring into action. You feel almost, to use the word, impotent in the situation. You want to figure out, hey, what do I do out of it? I can see it clearly here. You have the Judgment, Good Kitty, and Cat Magic, the Magician, right? These are extremely powerful cards. You were close to something. You were getting to some accomplishment. You were, how to say it? You were doing something, right? Which was really important, and then you feel all this got in the way. I don't know, this could be a legal issue, right? This could be I'm feeling property, I'm feeling legal. You're having air and you have water, but it could be also deeply emotional things, something that really needs to be kind of like taken in account over here as well. So let's see, what else do we have? And you have Fire Queen. It's really funny to have this card, like you feel like a party. So it is weird. You're like pre-birthday. You are bursting with energy. You're like really feeling powerful. You're feeling strong, right? Oh my gosh, look at this. So for those of you who are here, who have a relationship, who are lucky to have a relationship, or who are flirting with someone, it looks like that really true and very good colors are coming through. Like this is a match. This is a match. This is a really good match. This is not a page and a knight, so it's telling me, oh, maybe you're just testing each other out. This is freaking it. You know, they say that the strongest relationships are born in war. Well, technically in war, except we don't have a country as an enemy. We have a freaking virus as an enemy, which is uniting us all. So if you have somebody in your life, or you're really close with someone, that might be, this person could be it, right? And then you have a Five of Sky. I really need to see what other cards, you know, we get through before I really see how is this connecting. But clearly this card is talking about basically those alley cats, cats that are basically reject, cats that people abandoned, that they had to fend for themselves, versus the privileged cat that somehow ended up on the street, and sort of like because of the privilege, now the Sky clan doesn't want to accept this poor kitty, and like they're basically, as I call it, organized crime, just attacking the kitty back, right? So it is kind of like, we'll show you, you're not going to live in garbage, you're not going to live in the alley. Okay, fine, right? Kind of a thing. So there's like some kind of like somebody is a misfit. There is like some kind of misplacement over here that I see, which is really important to see. So now this is kind of like telling me a story. So this almost looks like a core versus what is surrounding you, right? So this could be you as well, that maybe you have been very protective of yourself, of your possessions, of what you are, because we see here Kitty in Four of Earth. He is basically hoarding all of his toys, and these are all his, and yes, we know where you put it, but the whole point is like, it's more fun to engage, it's more fun to do it. So this can be also about hoarding your property, hoarding your money, or being so protective for one reason or another. For you guys, for most of us, like, we try to be emotionally protected. Some people are really scared of relationships because that means feeling vulnerable. That means you can really be hurt, and the more you're hurt, the worse it gets. It doesn't get easier. It's not like what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. No, 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 no. So relationships start being like 20 years, and then 10 and 5, so shorter and shorter and shorter, because you have a shorter fuse in how you deal with crap and how much crap you can take, right? Just, I always see relationships like a chain, like an iron chain, and like, I mean, sometimes if they're like not bad, you feel like it's being stretched, right? And then you have like this weak link, and this weak link is getting to rust, and this rust is going to work its magic, and it's going to be just a matter of time that is going to break, unless both sides are loosening that pressure and repairing that element, right? And then look at what you have around you. You have the Seven of Fire, you have Four of Earth, and you have this. It's almost like that the fires are raging around you, and you have like this zen spot. Or maybe it could be that there is a couple that is dealing with the outside world, because you're like, this is also telling me that you're like very panicky. You really want to protect yourself in this whole situation. This Seven of Fire is kind of when people really fight for something, when people really get something, then somebody else wants to take it away from you, or feels all of a sudden like you may feel that, you know, something is in jeopardy. Because it's fire, it is really hard to point out if this is your property or it could be a relationship, right? So in any case, it really tells me that you're in a very protective mode. But since you're going in pandemic edition, as I said, this could be just simply that, hey, you know what, I am not going to get it. You're like really, really adamant about that. So there is the protection over here, there's the protection here, and there's the protection here. We can see that these are like walls. So hello, are we going to see the fourth wall here protecting? Oh my God. Wow. Death. Jesus. Maybe this is what you're observing and you want to protect. It could be people around you, no less than 9. I would say 9 people that in particular are going to touch you in this whole situation. Death card, however, when it comes upright, it's not a card of death. So don't freak out. Even though, like, when I was seeing this protection and I saw this death, I was like, oh my God. But that card is also telling me that maybe somebody around you may be really affected, because that card is always saying that something that has been cannot be anymore. Something that has been has to stop. Something that has been has to go in a new direction. So we will see what is this all about. And there it is. There is another freaking card of, you're like terrified of people taking something away from you. So these are this bad swords card. You have a 5 and you have a 7. You're literally feeling a little paranoid. You're feeling, but maybe it's not paranoia. Maybe people literally really taking things away from you. Maybe you feel they're encroaching on you. Maybe you feel you have been accumulating and being diligent and doing things properly, taking care of your loved ones, but also taking care of whatever needs to be taken care of in life. And now when poop hit the fan, everybody's like, oh, help me, help me, help me, help me. Maybe like this whole attitude, everything is kind of like becoming an irritant for you, and it's really hitting home. It's hitting close to home, because this is really in your house. This is like basically somebody, look at this, what you see, like the kitty is like mesmerized, like what's going on, let's be positive, let's be optimistic. And while you're optimistic, while you have these big dreams, you know, life happens, as they say. And look at this, I don't know if it's going to start, look at this, the other one is stealing the little mouse that it was just one moment of not looking and it was gone, because apparently the blackbirds were more important. So watch your back. Really, you need to watch your back. Let's see your environment. Well, there's a fire kitten. So again, this fire kitten is connecting to this. So maybe this could be a child of yours that you're like really concerned and that you really wonder what is going on. And so this is clearly connecting. It's really cute. And you're telling your child, don't freaking play with the fire. Literally, right? Because look at this. It's just testing its limits. And look at the tail. It's already like, I mean, fuming over there. So maybe like you're like simply, maybe this, all of this simply means that you're very protective about this pandemic situation, that you're like really saying, let's barricade ourselves in. And then in spite of all your efforts, you're still having, you know, children maybe that you're supporting. It could be like a school age, it could be outside studying, or, you know, like they have lost their job and now, like, I mean, they really want to do that. So this death could mean something stopped, right, as well. Because this is positive thing, but it's still something that is coming. So it's going to be possibly an obligation that you're going to absorb, but this is really close to you. This is really linking to this. At the same time, you are establishing some boundaries. It's something that you really want, but it's also not something that you really want to close. So that's kind of like one of those issues. And then we have, again, freaking nightmare. Like you're considering this entire situation nightmare. Like this is a really weird thing. Like you're like in the eye of the storm. Like, I mean, everything around you, everything outside feels threatening, and you feel this refuge, you feel this safety with you and another person or another two people. But it almost looks to me that they're all family unit. So this will probably talk for you who are already in a relationship, who are already living with someone. This also can actually mean a confidant, somebody who doesn't necessarily quote unquote live with you, but somebody who is such a strong influence in your life that you feel that they actually really belong in that little family unit. Because Nine of Sky is like all this freaking nightmare that we are going through, right? So okay, they did chase you out from this alley, like you kind of like went home, but eventually later, like, I mean, you're like remembering all of the stressors in the life. Look at this kitty here, like other cats attacking, snakes attacking, what the heck is this? I can't even tell what is this yellow thing, but the dogs attacking, right? Eagles attacking. This could be a fire over here, things exploding, right? So bugs, so everything that kind of bothers you. This is like when you see the cat twitching, and this is falling in your hopes and fears, right? So you are trying to get this freaking nightmare to stop. So this is your hope. So you're literally, this is not very optimistic when you say, I want the nightmare to stop, right? Imagine what a difference this is from looking here in this positive attitude, and then you realize, well, I was like doing something for both of us, and I wanted to get a birdie for both of us. You're stealing from me, right? You are taking things from me. And then we have Earth Tome, and this is really good. So now we have 4 of Earth and we have Earth Tome, like 2 Earth basically cards in the entire reading. Why is this important? Of course, you already know your Earth sign, and this is really important. So Earth Tome is that friendship. Earth Tome is taking care of it. So it almost looks like you're kind of like being pushed out of your element all the freaking month, and as you're being pushed, you're like, holy F, I cannot take it. This is getting like I am picking up on anxiety. You're not feeling this anxiety when you're at home. As long as you're at home and you kind of feel safe. But that's why I feel that somebody might be arriving to your home, maybe to live with you, maybe somehow to depend on you, and that makes you very, very nervous. Even though, as I said, you like this person, appreciate this person. Then we have here Earth Tome, and I really believe this really describes you. Why? Because somehow through all of this, with that sheer strength that your sign possesses, you're getting to this point and saying, okay, I'll do it. I can do it. I know I can do it. And this is a sheer strength where you are offering your help and you are actually falling in your element, in the best of your element. So there's like something that really needs to be pushed forward. I didn't prepare the card prior to the reading here, which I actually want to do one more, kind of like to take it. So I'm going to just leave it here. But before I do that, I also want to clarify a few things, not everything, because the general theme is like in and out. And I do want to see this death card, because now you're like, oh my God, Kat, you have to check this out. I'm hearing you. I'm totally hearing you, right? Admit it. So this is what we see for death card is guard. You're guarding yourself. Be very careful who you listen to. You're getting soldier, you're getting scholar, and you're getting melody, right? Scholar was reversed, melody was reversed. So being guarded, being protective, extremely important. That is like really serving you. We see it here, right? We see that here, we see that here, like that is a reoccurring theme. You need to be very protective. Scholar is like knowledge. It's basically scientific knowledge. You are looking in the opposite way. You're looking in a different way. So that's what I'm saying. Be very careful of your sources. Just because you trust the person, don't take this anyway. Just double check, right? I saw that movie Contagion yesterday, finally, right? After all these years, so I guess it's very popular. It's very similar to what we are going through. It's worthwhile watching. They had the remedy there for this year. Sorry, maybe I'm not pronouncing it well. It's beautiful yellow flowers. And yeah, you can make a tincture and whatnot he was doing, and kind of like saying that he was healing himself in a movie. But many people apparently bought that and kind of like tried to heal themselves in this coronavirus. So I went to see if truly we can just collect those flowers and put them in alcohol and create this tincture, if this is really what basically has to happen. Yes or no? No is the answer. Correct answer, because that's not going to get anywhere, because flowers are not effective whatsoever. Forsythia is used in the Chinese traditional medicine for this pulmonary issues. So sure, yeah, it is effects there, but only a fruit of it is used, and even the fruit of it is like when we pass this flowering stage, when it gets a little kind of like berry kind of stage, it cannot be yellow. When it turns yellow, it has to be green, and only then the tincture can be done. So we are like still months away from it, right? So that's what I'm saying. It's good to take it further, and not to just because you saw it absorb it. And I know when you're looking for the cure, we look everywhere, but you see how chloroquine, what Mr. Trump said is good cure, is actually killing people. In Canada, doctors have been ordered not to prescribe this. So, but on the other hand, I know that sometimes it's really hard to wait if you see people affected. Maybe this is what this all means, that somebody around you is affected, that you are trying to help, you are trying to find solution, you are nervous, you're waiting for it, you just really don't. You're guarded, right, in how you're guarding yourself, but you're also kind of like very skeptical about everything else that is going on. And I truly hope this is not going to affect you, right, in any kind of like dire way. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Oh, holy shit. Completion. Well, this card is really not bad card, right? In this chakra thing is, this is first of all orange. So this is talking of somebody really close to you. It could be a blood relative, or it could be like somebody who you are involved with, right? So this is really talking about basically this guy who she's remembering, her father, who basically was raised in the orphanage, and who basically enrolled the army to really get new boots. That's the first time he had them. So went on to basically in a war. And by the end of the war, he was decorated veteran, and he survived what many people didn't survive. So, which is, as I said, very positive, right? But he was affected with the war, and we are in the war right now. So this is very, very kind of like important that you're getting this. What is really important is that after the war, he became an actor, and he was really well loved. But now, when he's gone, she's still remembering him as a war hero, which is really important. And here it's like showing that he's received upon heavens and everything is like really working out. So this is really telling me that you should not fear completion, because you have this completion here so much. I mean, this is a 4 and this is a 4. They're mirroring each other right over here. So I really think over here, you guys, you need to embrace things that are coming. You need to cherish all beauty in your life. You're ruled with Venus. It's very important. And you need to really be present in the moment where you live. So this is a good time to really act and kind of develop the core who you really are, honoring your legacy. Maybe times have changed. Maybe times have changed permanently. So maybe this is a natural ending to this adventure that we knew life as it was, right? But this is also saying the new beginning is on the horizon. I can see that you're like springing into the action. They're like, I mean, also those around us, that maybe you perceive them in one way or they perceived you in one way, but it's not like, I mean, just like one kind of like dimension. They're like multidimensional, and we need to understand that. So basically, I'm also feeling that this is humanizing people is very important. They're not just like, I mean, postman or a grocery clerk. They're actually people with their lives, and I really think this is what we forgotten as a mankind, because we start labeling people. It's really interesting. Eckhart Tolle is saying, don't label things, instead try to see them without that name we assigned to them. So instead of saying a cat, just look at the beautiful kitty and this grace and everything, and then all of a sudden like it expands. So I really feel if something like this is coming here, because you guys are usually so grounded and you usually guys look into this. But take care. You'll be very protective this month, and by the end of the month, when your birthday starts to hit, you are really going to be fully in, hey, you know, I'm protecting this mode. I think your season has been canceled. Taurus season, it's going to be survival season for the next 2-3 seasons, and you are going to play a crucial role in all of that. So brace for an impact, Taurus, because it's going to happen. But the good news is that the closest one to you are there and are loyal to you, and that is really, really important. I love you. I hope I can give you a hug. I definitely want to hear from you to see what is this all going. If you guys want a reading with me, check the description down. My email is mysticcattaro@gmail.com, and you can visit my website, cattarot.ca. Thank you, and I love you.